Jamie Carragher, a supposed Liverpool legend, supposed, a guy who, in quotes, let's not even quote this one, he's like one of the worst defenders in his days. Like, when you see this guy during pundit, I've seen good players talk about players. I feel like, okay, because you've played well, Poskos can come out and say anything he wants. I would respect him. Even though I feel like maybe he might be overreacting. Many Terry can come out and say things. I'll be like, maybe you rest. But for flops, generational flops, like Carragher, have you seen Michael Richard talk? Michael Richard is very calm when he doesn't go all out because Michael Richard himself was not even really a very fantastic player. And then Jamie Carragher, with all of his bad record of scoring I think, how many own goals as a defender?
He had, I think he had 10 goals or 11 goals as a player, and then 7 of them own goals.
Come out to disrespect the whole continent.
And another thing, I think when you keep starting Michael Richards in his playing days and Jamie Carragher, I think I will go for Michael Richards.
People would go for Michael Richards.
I watched. It
was a very overzealous defender. I'm talking about Michael Richards.
Exactly. I watched both of them play.
I watched them too.
I will go for a Michael Richards than a certain Jamie Carragher.
It's annoying. Now we just got off the Ademola Lookman disrespect. What's that name again? Gasperini, whatever his name is. Nigeria have not gotten over that. And then somebody is coming up
to disrespect
Michael Richards. Michael Richards is trying to let you know, Soga, this is the way you talk no make sense. So let's see how we can fix it. And then you're saying,
doubling down on what he's saying.
See, enough is enough. Like, enough is enough for all of these things. It was Jurgen Klopp who came out to say, even though I felt like it was the English that was the problem. It didn't mean that the AFCON was small. He was just saying, I speak English and the small matter of I feel it was English, so I forgave him for that one. I didn't really push that one. And then now it's Michael Richards disrespecting the Nations Cup.
No, but not Michael Richards.
Sorry, Jamie Carragher, of all people, I'm really upset. Like, I get very upset. Now I went that pigeon. I get very, very upset. Say this guy go get mind. Say, like, seriously, that's his word. Like, seriously, like, they talk, say this guy saying to go to say Alpha. He was saying.
It's funny for a player that during his playing days, I think he was below average. For me, Jamie Carragher was below average as a player.
Oh God!
Despite the fact that he had a long career, spanning almost 17 years, but he was below average. I think now.
That's what. Let me just enter small. I think that's the reason why Liverpool were not even winning. Did not win. So many Premier titles during. Just go ahead.
The disrespect is a no for me. It's a no for me. And I think another thing is this: when you look at it from another angle, I'm totally not in support of what Jamie Carragher said, but when you look at it another angle, I think sometimes CAF is to blame for certain things.
Yes.
Because they said is this: FIFA has a calendar.
Thank you for bringing this up because I was going to
they stuck to it. UEFA, the Euros have a calendar.
They didn't change.
But then
we've been busy changing our own up and down.
Exactly. Every time. So you don't expect these Europeans
to respect you when you can't even
and take us serious.
They don't value yourself.
Do you understand? Okay, some people might say after all the World Cup was played in December. But before the World Cup was played in Qatar in December, it was discussed for almost 6 to 8 years. Considering the weather factor right there in Qatar, you cannot play with that at that high altitude in the summer. So they had to move it to December. So it is understandable.
Yeah.
But here in AFCON, like this current AFCON that's coming up, to be December, January.
It's just for Africans. Africans are used to the weather everywhere. Everybody's used to the weather.
Exactly.
So
another thing is, I think CAF should at least stick to a calendar. You understand? Okay. And then again, kudos also to the administration of Patrice Motsepe, the CAF president. At least it's CAF has gone on. I mean, if you see the impressions and the money coming into CAF now, it's a lot, way much
They've packaged it very
compared
well.
to when Isaiah Hayatu was there.
Yes, the
As
packaging is is
exactly,
impressive now.
but they should at least make the calendar more stable
Stable.
for us to have more respect from the
Well,
Europeans.
kudos to Sky Sports for actually deleting that part because they of course we don't hear them, we don't hear them. So the backlash. See, after this show now, I'm going to Michael Richards,
Page.
Jamie Carragher's page now to go and drop a lot of violence, a lot of it there. We are going to report that page because that guy should not be a pundit. He's been saying a lot of trash lately, a lot of trash lately. This is the height of it.
I swear.
If you had said the African League is not up to standard, who would then give you a little bit of slack, cut you some slack. But talking about the whole tournament and saying Mohamed Salah winning the tournament is not enough for him to win the Ballon d'Or is crazy. With what he has now,
How many countries they South America? Just 8. But sometimes they invite
other countries to come and play in a tournament that they don't have many other playing, and then the Nigeria cannot even win it, and then he's in the top favorite to win the Ballon d'Or. In fact, they're saying he's being robbed, and then we are still discussing whether Marcelo should win the Ballon d'Or now. With this kind of start he's having this season, you need him to win. For Ronaldo and Messi, how many times did they win the Champions League to win the Ballon d'Or? Was it not individual this thing? This thing, when it comes to some individuals, this thing keeps changing. The criteria keeps changing.
When it comes to Africa,
Now Rodri has won the Ballon d'Or without winning the Champions League. I mean, so Marcelo wins the Premier League and ends up having the biggest start. And look at his performance, decisive. Now we're not talking about Erling Haaland who just scores goals. We're talking about somebody who has been decisive for his club
in important games.
And then we're having a conversation whether he needs to win win an AFCON or whether he needs to win this thing. This is the disrespect African players keeps getting, and this is why Gasperini or whatever his name is. I feel like I feel good not even knowing his name because I feel good not even learning how to pronounce his name because it's crazy. This is the disrespect we keep talking about.